Spencer Strider. I mean, 4th-round pick out of Clemson. He looks like a motorcycle cop with a mustache. He's got quads, looking like Earl Campbell, and he's got electric stuff.
Roflo, I was looking at this game last night, and hats off to St. Louis Cardinals for not getting swept. Went out and played a great game last night and won in extra innings. But thinking about all the awards and where guys stand and who deserves to go to the All-Star game and who's changed the course of team seasons, these 2 young rookies for the Atlanta Braves are going to play a huge part, not only up into this part, but in the second half, kind of letting the Atlanta Braves know where they're going. Hopefully you get Mike Soroka back, you got Max Fried, you got Charlie Morton, but I don't think anybody in the world expected Spencer Strider to become what he's become this early in the season. He was going to be a bullpen piece. Now we're going to ramp him up and make him a starter. Now we're not getting him out of the rotation. Now you can argue he might be next to Max Fried, your second best starter in the entire rotation, and he does it with a blazing fastball. Let's dive into the tape. I don't know. Hold on a second. Real quick, can you pause it for me? Were you guys sitcom guys growing up in the 80s?
I was.
Oh, I wanted to be Kelly Kapowski.
You were Saved by the Bell, Kelly Kapowski.
I was.
But a little before your time, like the whole sit as a family, 8 o'clock at night, Cheers, Family Ties.
Now, I would argue that Spencer for Hire was not a sitcom.
It was a crime drama.
This was an action thriller.
It's kind of an a la Magnum P.I.
I think we're playing the theme song right now.
So Spencer for Hire was, like we said, he was one of those 80s crime dramas, and he had a sidekick, a badass sidekick, Hawk, that we're going to get into. Hawk's going to be Michael Harris, the second. But early in the first inning, what do you do if you're a dominant pitcher? You establish your heater. And this thing does not come down. He has ride. We're going to get into some sound a little bit later where he talks about ride of his fastball. And I want to come out and show people what that means because he was blowing guys away with this pitch. He could almost tell you it was coming. It was 97 to 100 miles an hour driving through the zone. Okay? And then second time through, he started to show you a slider. But listen to him talk about his heater post-game.
I've said it before, like what makes my fastball good isn't the velo, it's really the ride.
Okay, so pause that. Can you come back out on camera with me, Lisa, real quick? I'm taking you guys for a ride. What does he mean by he's saying rides through the zone? Okay, when you pick up a pitch out of a pitcher's hand, you're trying to guess or guesstimate what plane that's on and where that pitch is going to go to, okay? And most heaters are staying, 4-seam heaters are going to stay on a plane with a downward angle on it. His heater is playing like it's going to come down, and it's got so much spin rate that it doesn't move. It holds its plane. So when you hear guys like Alex Bregman, some of the great hitters talk about, I try and hit half a ball above their heater. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're picking up the orb of the baseball and you're trying to hit almost a half a ball above it because
to account for riding up in the zone.
But it's not really riding up in the zone. You're playing it with your mind.
It's an illusion.
It's just not going down.
Got it.
And it's just riding at a different level than other guys can.
Yeah.
And right now, Spencer Strider is doing that. So bring up the first board for me, Ian, if you could, because I wanted to show how he attacked guys. First time through the order yesterday, it was 73.7% fastball, 24.7% slider. So what does he do the second time through, even though he's got the electric gas? And take a look at the bottom, please. Guys are 0 for 22 at 14 Ks, second time through the lineup on his slider or his changeup. So he shows you the heater. He could throw that whenever he wants, but then the second time through, he starts adding in this ungodly slider. Can we get back into the tape here? I mean, this thing is off the table, and you are so geeked up to hit his 100-mile-an-hour fastball that the minute it comes out of his hand, look at the spin and the rotation on that, okay? Bring me back out real quick, Lisa. Did you see the dot right there?
Not to.
So you're looking for that as a hitter, and what you normally see is kind of a bigger circle.
Yeah.
And you pick it up quick, and it's kind of fumbling towards you, and you're like, all right, that's slider, curveball, something off speed, I can stay through it. when it's that tight, that dot's that tight, you can't, the naked eye is not picking that up as clean. So you almost kind of stay on the heater almost too much with a guy like this. And you respect it. And that's why he's just punching tickets left and right. Let's get back into the tape because he did have a sidekick after he throws out. And when I watch him last night, listen, he's not built like Tim Lincecum, I get it, but you talk about ride through the zone from a guy that's not huge out on the mound. Spencer Strider, keep doing your thing.